Autobots, transform!
Hello everyone and welcome to this toy review. I am George, the 80s Transformer fan, and in front of me I have an 80s Transformer, well the reissue anyway. This is Walmart's exclusive reissue of G1 Devastator's gift set. This figure has been reissued 2 times before this. This is the 3rd reissue. This is the very first time it's made it to US retail. But you see his like a reproduction, a reprinting. It almost looked like a KO box of his vintage artwork. On the side of the box, it's styled exactly like the vintage box. On the back of the box, there's the artwork from the second run, 85. Battle scene on the back. And his tech spec. If I can get that in focus. He has a dual language biotech spec. There's Devastator. I hope you can read that, and I hope you can see the little numbers he produced. So this box is far from a faithful recreation. You can't take this box and fool anyone unless they haven't seen a Transformer box in about 30 years, I'd say. The original, and of course, whenever you compare the original versus a new one, you have to deal with the fact that one of them has aged and the other one has not. But in this case, you can clearly see the darker purple and the more metallic. I guess it has a little bit of blue tinge, blue metal tinge here. And they didn't even try to get it over here. Clearly see the differences and the similarities. The Devastator artwork. You see where this guy is kind of washed out. Actually, his colors are more vibrant, but the detail is like a little washed out. You see them side by side. And again, some of the differences are from aging, weathering, that type of thing. If I'm doing a good job of showing you guys side by side comparison shots. And you can really tell. I'm spinning them around. Continue to pan. And come around to the back of the box. My stuff is falling out of this box. See the battle scene. You see the tech spec down here. See the huge difference in the tech spec. It's like double the size to accommodate 2 different languages. Then we have the famous robot points. He was worth 6 robot points. And over here you just have the Generation Authentic logo down there. And he has a different head plopped on top of a recreation of the original artwork to simulate the cartoon visor that he had, and he's packaged with the cartoon head. The only difference between this one and the very first reissue of this figure is they try to make a cartoon accurate head, and I say try, and they gave him the purple mixing drum to make him look more cartoon accurate. And they changed some of the colors of the combined pieces as well. But neither version came out in the United States. Of course, this is Encore 20A, and the other one was just Encore 20 that you can get. I chose to go with this one. No reason to have both. It has the rare Japanese artwork back that has Devastator on it. And on the back of this one, it's just Grimlock. So there is that. Around to getting Devastator. So I'm gonna get this guy open. And again, this is my favorite combiner. He's not the best combiner as far as physical toy, but he is my favorite toy combined character by far. And this is how he's packaged. He just slides out of the box, and you can see all the material here. See the weapons along the top. Head tucked in there sideways. It's blaster, all 6 guys. You can actually see some writing on long haul, serial number stamping, and he's much more neonish green, brighter green than the vintage. He has a sticker sheet here, and then here is the reissue sticker sheet with the Japanese and Asian writing on top, and Here's this one. We have English over here. And this one actually looks, the silver looks a little bit darker, which I actually like better. This is a lot more pale. I never bothered to put these guys on because I have a Devastator. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get these stickers on. So here are the instruction sheet. And over here we get the collector's card. Over here we get nothing. US, yeah. On the Devastator. Devastator. Man, like I said, Devastator was my favorite. He kind of got treated bad on a few episodes, and I would argue with my friends how Devastator was better, and then he kept getting beat up on episodes. Then finally they made the movie, and Devastator went ham in the movie. Prepare for extermination. Yeah. So here he is in all his neon greeniness. All right, I got everybody out of the packaging, and I am going to start with my favorite and the leader, Scavenger. This is his, what is it, front loader? Don't get mad at me if I don't know. My 3-year-old son knows every one of these because he loves construction vehicles and dinosaurs. He has some chrome painting just like the G1 original on his tires, on the rims, I should say. Nothing remarkable about it. You turn over, you can see his pre-applied stickers on the bottom, and his chrome is done excellent. Underneath the steam shovel is some serial numbers. You can see those. The G1, I don't think the G1 had. His little canopy still pops off. Yep. Right there where a pilot or driver is supposed to sit. He has some date stamping in there. I can't quite see it. It's just in there. Let's see. I see made in China. I see Tommy and made in China and some numbers. And then he has a rub symbol that's done in like a chrome, but like it almost looks like the rub symbols where they would get old and the top layer would peel off, and it's not working. It feels like a very flat finish, and it's like it's not working. So yeah, the rub symbol is like garbage, and if I didn't know better, I think it was done on purpose. And from what I can see visually, they all have like this BS rub symbol. It's like better left off. The rub symbol took away from a lot of guys. It was kind of cool when you first discovered it, but I think it took away. And in the vehicle mode, its only articulation is the shovel moves up and down, and oh, you can take the canopy off. Then you can weaponize these guys, what was called their phase 2 transformation. They kind of screwed it up in the cartoon. They mentioned it, but they didn't do it right. Where they drive around with all their combiner parts, not making them parts former. And here he is. And I guess like as a kid, I would have him take off and fly with this thing. So it's a little combiner port piece, a weaponized thing. And here is Scavenger in this mode. So he looks, his head is up. The rub sign again. Man, they just cheaped out on the rub sign. Wow. And his points of articulation in this mode, the top half can turn. I heard a rat. Oh, when you turn this way, you hear like a little bit of a ratchet. It was never there in the G1. The crane itself, or the shovel itself, has 2 points of articulation at the base and at the middle hinge, so you can scoop and kind of get dirt. Man, I filled this thing up with so many little dirt scoops as a kid. So that's pretty much it for his articulation. In this mode, just checking them out. He has pre-applied stickers as well. His combiner port is painted silver, which it had never been in any version I've ever seen. And you can take the forearm from Devastator, plug it on these 2 pegs here, and weaponize him. Goes right in there, and you can put the fist in there, but I believe in this mode it's meant for the drill. And I don't think it fires. The US version. Jeez, man. I know it's available in US and Canada or whatever, or all Wal-Marts, but say US version. But it doesn't fire. It just, the chrome's done great though, but it doesn't fire. What a bummer. So you can just turn him into a drilling machine if he could just get this out of the way. So that's him in his weaponized mode. Now to get Bonecrusher transform, You kind of tuck the steam shovel up, pull his legs down, rotate his feet out. And as I'm doing this, you can see the chrome, the pre-applied stickers, slot his arms out, and flip his head up. And you are done. And depending on how you want this to hang on the cartoon, it's kind of behind him like a monkey tail or something. Or however you want it, you can do it. And here he is. Here is his face. And the funny thing is, a lot of these guys, he looked weird. His eyes are painted silver. He has like this funny little mouthpiece, and they put a little bit of silver in it. I don't think it's present in G1. He was a weird toy head design, and they chose to draw like that on the cartoon. So he looked just like this. He looks pretty good in this mode. His arm will 360, both of them. His legs move on a unified hinge, so he kind of hops like a kangaroo everywhere he goes. He stands pretty good. We'll take that leg out and get his weapon. If memory serves, this is his gun. He had the little narrow one. So that is Scavenger, and on to Bonecrusher. Again, the same crap, rub sign. Taking a look at him from all angles. Underneath he has Tommy China 2017 Hasbro. Wow, 2017. So I guess this is the remake of the remold of the reissue. But no, but the reissue came out like 5-6 years ago. Maybe we were supposed to get this a while ago at Toys R Us, but they went under. But it says 2017. Interesting, interesting. So Bonecrusher is the front end shovel. If I'm saying that right. If my 3-year-old was here, he could correct me. And he pretty much has nothing, no articulation in this, except you can move the canopy. Oh, you can move the little dozer thing. You move it up and down. I guess you can get a little bit of dirt in there. Lift it up and pretend. And again, he doesn't have like any fake tires in here like Brawl or some of the other guys where you can actually roll them. This is a shame. And he has the famous pre-applied sticker here, which is the chest computer panel. And we can get this guy weaponized as well. You can take his arm, just done in purple, Devastator arm, plug it into these 2 ports. Get the non-drilling drill or non-firing drill, and you can make him a drill like they did. The characters did this on a cartoon a lot, but we never saw these guys pull it out. Like we saw guys like Wind Charger and Brawn produce a drill and just tunnel, but the construction machines never tunneled, which was kind of weird. And also, if you wanted to, you can have a hand. Oh, I'm messing up. If you wanted to, if I can get it out, you can have a hand hang out in this mode if you wanted to. The funny thing, it feels like, because I know it's on screws. If you were really that serious about it, you can, because this is functioning. If you wanted to, you probably can go inside and add a spring. Just open up these fists and add a spring to it, and you have your firing mechanism. But I probably wouldn't do that at all. So get Bonecrusher transformed, flip the canopy up, open up the top part of the engine, and he has another pre-applied sticker here. I don't think this sticker was ever present. And then he has the stamping in there. Let me keep moving. Toy review kind of lagging. Open it, flip the shovel up to his chest to form the chest piece. Move that back. Pop his head up and into place, and he has just this giant visor face. I'm sorry, didn't have it on camera. Bring his legs down. Flip these out. And again, these were the best looking individual combiner pieces that you can ever find because they weren't done on that Jassault style. And let me see if I can pick his weapon out. I believe it's this little funky little cannon thing. I believe this is his. And in this mode, his articulation, we're not getting none of the head except for it folds up. I think he was my least favorite Constructicon as a kid. He got the least amount of play. His arm 360 there. He has a bend here and there, which is a lot for this team. He has an elbow bend. Wow. And his legs are like Scavengers. They're unified, but they won't even come forward. And he can bunny hop everywhere he wants to go. But he looks good just standing there. He looks good in like a fight. Die Autobot. He can swing on Autobot. So he was pretty cool in that aspect. And again, I don't think I showed you his face real good. And take a good look at him. And moving on. Hook. which a lot of people thought should have been a leader because he was positioned in combiner mode, and he was like number 2. He's the number 2 guy. Again, the die-cast parts you can see are painted silver on this version. Why, I don't know, except for the pin. They could have just left it like the pin. And while I'm moving him, this is his articulation point here. Then it extends here that far, and the little hook, the little chromed out hook could move. That's what made these things special. The die cast and the really chrome parts. Sweet. For some reason here, we have a black window and we have a purple window. I don't know why, and I know the rub sign doesn't work. He has the same pre-applied stickers like everybody else. Serial number on his back bumper. And this guy, you can get him weaponized. He holds the head. If I can remember how it goes on here. Does it just sit in there? Or you put the head missile, which we never ever saw. We never saw the head missile. You take the head missile, stick it into the side of the head. Just not one time. Not even an error, an art error. And he's weaponized in this mode, and he can drive around attacking. So even from the Diaclone days, they were weaponizing the vehicles, which is pretty cool. And if you didn't know, now you know. So get this guy transformed. You extend this part, flip his feet around, if they will. Man, that's tight. That's very tight. It concerns me. I'm chipping paint. I got paint coming off right there in the middle. Wow, super tight. Maybe I'm supposed to slot him out first. I don't know. Bring nose around. Oh, wow. And I just ripped his arm right off. And it looks like it's going to be a problem. Okay. Yeah, wow. Getting that in and out. Wow, you saw it here. I'm tired of stuff happening to my toys. Flip his visor up and collapse this part until it locks. Yeah, it's like I need two things. I need something to hold it and to be able to push it at the same time to lock his arm back on. Wow. I didn't use that much force, did I? Yeah, and it's kind of wobbly on there. That freaking sucks. It's always something. But here is Hook. I'm going to get his gun out here. If memory serves, this is Hook's gun. And his articulation is as follows. If the arm don't come off, it 360s. And you can move his legs, his feet, or lower half calf. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's what he does in this mode. And I'm afraid of this arm over here. And I didn't even talk about the tires done in chrome. All these guys have excellent chrome everywhere. And again, it has the pre-applied stickers. That is Hook, second in command. Hook better stand his ass up, I know that. Alright, there he is. And here is Long Haul. On the vintage one, this sticker just covered the whole hole, and you had to like ruin it as you played with it. But they molded it to the hole now. Here he is. Chrome everywhere on the rims, underneath, some pre-applied stickers. He has some stamping underneath, 2017. Told me it says Hasbro. I don't know if I just couldn't read it on the others, but this one says Hasbro. The double tires in the back, some stamping there, and you could weaponize this guy as well. He had the sweetest one to me. If I can get it on there. Get on there. That goes there. This goes here. And he could just blast or whatever, and they made purpose out of the connection piece, so they can like carry it with them. And this, like I said, this was phase 2. When they transformed into construction machines, they transformed into this, and then they would transform into the main thing, sort of trying to make sense out of having all this parts forming. They actually tried to make sense out of it. So that was that for this guy. And the transformer, you just swing his legs around. And we are halfway there. Halfway there. SpongeBob. Man. His arms just slot out to the side. Come on. Are you seeing this? Ah, there we go. I know it's brand new, but wow. Bring down the hood, the front of the truck, forms the chest, flip this back. And there is his face. Remove. I thought I was gonna get to build something. So here he is. Grab his gun. Put it in his hand. Cool looking gun. His articulation is follow his arm. Will 360, but he can't barely reach past his chest. He can't punch somebody directly in front of him. Can't scratch his navel. He has an excellent looking little waist. He actually looks great. He just has the short arms. Too bad they didn't extend out when you transformed him. And here he is. Take a look at him, and the legs, you can do this. So you can actually pretend like he's making a move or something, but he's not. He can stand like that. So that is long haul. He's in it for the long haul. Here's Mixmaster. In this mixing machine mode, the drum spins. And that's pretty much everything he does in this mode. And you can weaponize him. I think you take Devastator's main blaster and you plug it into one of these. Plug it here. And you take, wait a minute, his gun. I think I messed it up. Okay, wait. Long haul doesn't have that gun. Run that long haul. Long haul has this gun. I think this is long haul's gun. Maybe I have his and Bonecrusher. That's how I remembered it anyway. Anyway, take that guy, put the Devastator's main gun in there, take his individual gun and put it in here, and he's blasting the heck out of everybody or shooting cement or chemicals or some X2CO4. I'm gonna mix some 38903. I know. So there he is in his weaponized mode, giving purpose to his weapons and not just having him hang out everywhere. To transform this guy, he was like the most not poorly done, but the one that wasn't done the best. Just flip his legs around, pull his arms out, and you are done. But he didn't have, they tried to slit it here so you can imagine the different feet. But it would have been nice if they could have cut the cab and gave him individual feet. But I actually love Mixmaster. I love the whole mixing machine thing. His face looks a little bit like it's not stamped out as well as the G1 in there. They added some extra paint to the top of the visor, to the top of the forehead, and the visor's painted. And you can put his weapon in his hand. I'm pretty sure I got this right. I should. If I'm messing up on this, I suck because these are my favorite guys. And there he is in his robot mode, and he can hold Devastator. It's double pegged, so he can hold Devastator's gun as well. He has some pretty nice molded in fists in there too. You can see it. I think Bonecrusher and Long Haul share the same fist, and the molding's pretty well done on his fist as well. Yeah, him and Long Haul and Bonecrusher share the same fist actually. So if you didn't know that, now you know that. Okay, real quick, I want to show you. I'm not going to go through everybody because it make the review long as hell. I'm going to show you the difference in the colors between the Japanese reissue from a few years ago and the current. Now these were supposed to be cartoon accurate. And as you can see, the yellow, the green is huge, vastly different. The purples on the chest is different, and his visor, his eyes are actually painted. So I get it to focus. Painted cartoon red. And this guy is just left alone. The forehead is painted silver, and he's just G1 looking. And again, the greens are totally different. Now to bring out the vintage G1 and get him side by side. Slide him out. And while these greens are a little bit closer, this green is darker. And you can see the face is actually different. This is like more narrow and sharper. This is like wider. It's like a totally different molded head. Alright, before I get these guys in Devastator mode, I broke out the sticker sheet. I'm going to pop these guys cherry. I'm going to put the sticker sheets on. And I broke out the instructions. And man, it is huge. This thing is huge. No color on it really, other than like the little purple and the gray, but this thing is massive to show you how to build Devastator and everything. So here is Walmart exclusive Generation 1 reissue Devastator, all in combined form. And he feels solid. He actually feels much better, which is shocking, than the Takar 20A reissue. I mean, I didn't have any problem with things falling off. And I'll bring out the Takar one. Like, this leg won't stay on the Takar one. I had to file the leg connector down just to get it in there. The things I put in this mode was very tight. It all locked in. He looks great. He feels solid. See if I can get him a little bit further back. But he feels good. Like, it's G1 Devastator. Like the old toy commercial. He feels good. Everything is on there. It moves solid, like the clicks. There's not much articulation to this guy because it's G1. Because of his vehicle mode, this arm will completely 360. And like I said, you can even hear a slight ratchet in there. It's incredible. Since the hand pegs in, it swivels complete 360. It's in there solid on a friction peg where it pegs in at. He can move at the elbow, up and down. I mean, it's excellent. This reissue is excellent. Coming to this arm, it's 362, but because the way it was designed, the original design, it hits the chest plate. You can bring it around to the back. And he bends at the elbow over here to kind of sort of get a little bit of reach around that. And also, I plugged in the missile in the head. A lot of people don't do that because it wasn't represented in the cartoon, but this is the full combined mode missile in the head. Now I've just seen it. I'm not a big fan of it. Take it out now. But he looks good, and I have them all stickered up. I put the stickers on it. It was so much fun putting the stickers on. It reminded me of when I was a kid. Some stickers I didn't put where they supposed to go, like this sticker here. I put them in like better places. This sticker here, where I felt were better places for the sticker. Because when they designed the stickers, there were no Decepticon logos or factions. And Hasbro came along and made them Autobots and Decepticons and just had you putting stickers on top of already existing stickers. So modified that, but for 99% of the stickers are exactly where they go. Here he is on the back. And again, you can play with this thing. It's not going to fall over and fall all apart. It's G1 goodness at its finest. And it's done so much better than that Takar one I got. That's supposed to be the anime color. I mean, it feels good. Continuing the articulation, other than the arms, that's it. The arms and the hands, you're not getting anything. The legs are pegged in here. They're not going back and forth. I guess you could call this some foot articulation, I guess, technically, if you had to. Like, he has some foot articulation, but you're not going to get anything out of the waist or anything like that. And let's take a look at his face real quick. Standard G1 Devastator face. All right, everybody, I brought out all the other Devastators that I own, with all the other G1s. Here is the vintage Devastator. Here's the current Walmart reissue. And here's the Takar Encore reissue anime edition. And you can see the color differences right in front of you. Okay, I want to talk about the real physical differences. First of all, there's the color. This is a more purpley purple, cartoon purple, and this is closer to the original vintage G1 purple. I'm going to check out his face. They tried to make him look like the cartoon over here, and he's faithful to the G1 version, which I'll compare him to next. And down here we have the purple mixing drum, and over here we have the G1 standard drum, and over here we have the black forearms like the cartoon, and over here it's all a straight up purple and uniform color. There's a peg right here, and when you put the two halves together, it's supposed to secure it better. like right there, but it actually doesn't. At least not on this version. On the Wal-Mart version, it's more secure and it holds together a lot better. Keeps the chest from flopping apart. And the design, it just works better on here. I don't know why that is, but this one is a lot better. All right, we have the vintage right here and the reissue right here side by side. And the purples are pretty close. And I guess these are just new. The plastic is just new. But the plastic here, the colors are pretty close, but it looks cheaper. It looks more than just new. It looks cheaper. It doesn't feel cheaper. It just has that cheaper. If I saw it somewhere, I would immediately think it's a KO. I can't see any real difference other than the black canopy in there on hook, where this one is purple in there, if you can see it. Yeah, there's your side-by-side comparison. All right, my final thoughts on this Devastator is I love it. The figure itself, the individual guys are solid. The weapons are solid. The only real letdown, I think, are the rub signs. They're like false rub signs, or they just don't freaking work, or maybe they weren't intended to work. Maybe it's just a homage, so they kind of cheaped out on the rub signs. But he holds together great in combiner mode. The individual limbs look good in the individual mode. The stickers were great. They went on. They feel like good quality stickers. Don't have a problem with that. The paint, the chrome is good. Everything is good about this figure. If you don't have a G1 Devastator and you're looking to get one, you can't go wrong with this. This is a $74 before taxes from Walmart. I ordered it online. I haven't seen them in the stores yet. Still haven't seen them in the stores. I got them like 3 weeks ago, followed by Hot Rod. And I guess the rest of the figures are coming. I don't know, but I ordered them. They said they were in stock, but they're slowly shipping them out. But I can't find anything wrong with it. It's just as good as my vintage figure. And it's even better than my Takar Encore Reissue Anime Edition. It has been my pleasure to review a G1 figure and Devastator. You can't go wrong with this figure. If you can find it, pick it up. And I'll see you soon.